light. All right.
Let's see what we have. The first position
Oh, pardon me.
is for
Is.
Libra. The arrows of love or communication.
Or communication. Or
could
just
be.
its momentum, activity, movement, sudden thrusting of energy forward.
Yes, and this is an 8. Okay, it's the 8 of Wands. So if you're learning to read with us, Wands is always about passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about energy.
Yeah.
It's about spirit.
Right.
And this can also point to Cupid's arrows.
Cupid's arrows.
Finding their mark.
Right. Or air travel, movement.
Yes.
Actually going somewhere.
It's a card of Mercury.
Mercury. So it's swift movement, and all the arrows, all your ideas, all your passions are harnessed and projected in the same direction. So you have all the power of that energy moving in the single direction. Or you might just have so many different projects that it keeps you very, 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 very active.
And the other thing that's interesting about this card is because it's opening the month, it's coloring the entire month, so it's a really great card for the environment position.
Oh yes, oh yeah, the whole month will be highly energetic.
Highly charged.
Highly charged.
Yes.
You're inspired, you're on fire.
Mm-hmm. That's the month.
And you might actually go, because remember, the last card was the 2 of Wands where they were deciding
Yep.
to stay, to go, to stay, to go. Where are you going to go?
Yeah, this is movement.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, and a challenge.
Okay, interesting card to come up because we've had a lot of love cards come up for you. The Lovers, the Empress, the 9 of Pentacles. Now we have the 4 of Cups. This is the young man sitting under the Bodhi tree, not sure if he really wants this offer of love, this offer of joy, because he's already got 3 cups in front of him. So the challenge is to accept it and to open yourself to additional offerings.
Mm-hmm. And or not.
And or not.
And or not. Or in other words, do you really want this? See, because he's thinking about, well, do I need this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems nice.
Yeah.
But look, I've got all this, and do I really want or need this extra something? Whether
This
it's
thing.
a person
Or an opportunity.
And it's interesting because you take off.
Mm-hmm. But it's an offer.
But your challenge is to either take it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the challenge, to decide whether this love that's being offered or this opportunity that's being offered is really what you want or need.
And the interesting thing is these cards are in opposition because he's sitting under the Bodhi tree.
Right, he's contemplative.
And this is not contemplative.
Not contemplative. So your challenge is to become perhaps contemplative.
During this month of highly charged activity.
Because you've got things offered to you and you don't know whether you should take it or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's also a challenge, boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Your own boredom is a challenge.
Yeah, you're a little bored in the situation.
In the situation, you're bored about something.
Yeah.
It's boring.
They're boring.
They're boring.
Yes.
Might be they're boring.
Could be they're boring. Here we go. Oh dear. Interesting. So it's another wand card. It's the Knight of Wands.
Reversed.
Which means the Knight of Wands is always an impulsive card. It's a cocky card. It's a fiery card. And when it's in reverse, it's magnified. So there's a lot of sort of
bold cockiness going on.
Yes. And that may be because you're feeling highly charged and
yeah.
But
so you're too impulsive.
Or it could be there's someone in your life who's moving through in a very impulsive, not thought out, not strategic way. You could actually find yourself.
It's love coming in and love going out.
Yeah. And this is also
sort of infatuation. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but it's also the card of, sort of someone who's irritating because they are so full of themselves.
Yes, yes.
And
or you become full of yourself.
Yes.
Or you just feel very, this is risk-taking beyond logic and reason.
Yeah, and so Spirit is saying, slow down.
Slow down a bit, because there is a lot of energy here. And maybe what it's done is it's gone to your head a bit.
Yes, because it's definitely, the challenge looks like it should be met.
Right, right. Do you want this? Do you not want this? Are you bored? What do you want? Because unexpectedly you become very impulsive.
Yeah, you're just doing whatever,
You're
just to
doing
do
what to do
something.
because this energy is there, driving you.
Yeah, it's frenetic.
It's frenetic.
Okay, let's move.
Ah.
Okay, so we have
The
the
hippy-dippy card.
Hierophant inverted.
Hippy dippies.
Interestingly enough, there's this idea here, and I'm going to just say it, okay? If you want to get married,
You've got a lot of passionate drive towards it.
but
Impulsiveness.
there's
Is a delay.
a delay, it's not going to happen. That would be just marriage.
Reconsideration.
But it can also mean that the person that you're with, or even yourself, has this mindset, which is, the Hierophant is about tradition, like organized religion, like societal structure.
Right.
So this is outside the norm of what is acceptable by society, and that's okay because we love this card.
I know, it's the hippy dippy card. We love it because you do what is against the grain.
And you make up your own rules.
You make up your own rules and you behave in ways that are unexpected for you. You do something totally unorthodox.
Exactly. Yeah.
And or you have a hard time fitting into the structure that you find yourself in.
And you're not seeing, you're not feeling, well, and there's one more thing I want to say about this. This card could say, just based on the narrative, that maybe you need to go and get counsel.
Yes, maybe you need to go and get counsel or listen to your own inner counsel.
Because also the Hierophant is about blessings and seeking higher counsel.
Right.
Like from a priest or from a
Right.
therapist or someone who can actually give you some insight as to how to make your life work better.
Right. Or it could simply mean wonderfully that you take it upon yourself to do something completely outside of the box
Yes.
for you.
You could, but be careful.
But be careful because there's an
Because-
impulsiveness to it.
Yeah, you're not being blessed here
No, but
by society, and
by society you're not.
you're not being blessed, and you're running.
Your mom, your dad,
Yeah.
those people around you who do things in a much more traditional way,
Orthodox way.
aren't going to be on your side.
Yeah, but it is a warning.
It is.
If it wasn't coming next to that card, I'd
So
say.
there's a bit of impulsiveness. You're taking the energy that's there, and you're sort of like, this is the horse is stampeding. In a sense, you know how a runaway horse,
Yes.
just like the runaway horse,
It is.
and you're barely holding on.
Well, you know what this reminds me of? The Runaway Bride. Did you ever see that movie?
I did. You're going to be the runaway bride.
Because if this is the arrows of love and you're sitting under the Bodhi tree sort of bored with your relationship, this is the runaway horse, the runaway bride, and there is no wedding.
So he comes up the aisle. You look back and you go, I don't think I want to be here. So you pick up your little skirt and you run.
You get as far away as you can.
That's right.
Because it looks like that's what this is about.
This might be. This is one scenario that certainly seems like the narrative plays out.
Yes.
But if it isn't that,
If it's not love, it can also be about work.
it can be about work or just about changing your life completely.
Yeah, where you say, I'm bored with
I'm
my
bored
life.
this. I don't want to do that anymore.
I'm going to get out of here.
I want to do something impulsive, completely crazy.
Yes.
Crazy. Yes.
Completely nuts.
Completely nuts. So it's a nutty June.
It's a nutty month for Libra.
Nutty
You
month.
guys are going to race out of some situation.
Right. All right. Maybe you should pre-plan and get a shorter wedding gown.
Well, and then back to the challenge. The challenge is just being bored. So really, spiritual counsel is, spend a little time under the Bodhi tree and kind of figure out what it is that you really do want.
Right.
Because
what do you want?
you can, I think, avoid a catastrophe.
Yes.
And also maybe disappointing those around you.
Right.
By just really getting in touch with what you want.
Yeah, and if you decide in your heart of hearts that's not what you want, well then, perhaps that little bit of impulsiveness is necessary to undo what you've done.
Maybe.
So, anyway.
So there you go. There's your reading. So go to our new website.
Oh.
I don't want you to miss out on that.
Yeah. If you by chance have any of these scenarios in your life, and
you might,
please go to our brand new website, Ava Trudy, virtualtarot.com, and pick out a reading. Usually the deep meaning relationship reading would be apropos, and help us to support these readings for you. We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll see you next month in the month of July. Hang in there and don't fall off that horse, okay?
Don't fall off your horse. Getting closer. You get a wake up call. You get closure.
Yes, we have two very different ones.
All right.
Okay, I think that's really good, Erin.
That's fine.
Okay, read the book. Look like you're reading the book. I point to it.
I can't read my handwriting.
I don't know what you said. And then there's further nonsense over here.
Yes, I believe so.